Before we get started, a big thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch, with the Patreon people coming up on screen now. A big thank you to my legendary supporters Mike, Kira, Obi-Wan Canty and Shao Quinn. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. If you would like to help support me and the channel, then you can head over to twitch.tv/mandatoryquest and drop a sub over there, or you can go over to patreon.com/mandatoryquest and become a Patreon member for some early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff. Hey everyone, Future MQ here. This particular scenario, I actually nearly didn't really post on the YouTube channel. I was thinking about it, but ultimately I do want my playthrough to be there in its entirety, and it would have been weird if an episode was just kind of missing from this. And realistically, this scenario I was not a huge fan of, and during the video, you'll notice that after a while, I do really get quite frustrated with the scenario, and not necessarily frustrated because it's difficult, frustrated because I was not a fan of the design of this particular scenario. And it kind of bore through a little bit in this video. So, you know, I do feel like there are certainly some things that in hindsight I could have done to make the scenario a little bit more enjoyable for myself, or a little bit easier for myself. That's for sure. But I didn't really enjoy the challenge that this scenario posed. This is probably down to the fact that I'm playing two-player, and as we've kind of commented before on a few different scenarios, two-player hasn't always been the best balance, or it hasn't been like the right kind of objective for a two-player party. And this one I think might be the worst scenario that I've come up against. Now I wanted to address this early because if you watch this video, you'll notice that, as I say, my mood will start to sour a little bit towards the end of this, and yeah, it's just something that I wanted to address right here at the beginning of the video. I didn't want to not post this because I know you guys are following the whole series, and it's important for me to have, you know, the episode here that is this particular scenario, so that the playthrough is complete. But I did actually question whether or not to post this because I felt like this scenario just wasn't a very entertaining one from my personal perspective, from how I played it. But hopefully you guys will still enjoy the video, maybe, or maybe not. It's up to you, but I wanted to put this one up there anyway. And I wanted to be like brutally honest about it up front, so you guys can make the choice. I don't like putting overly negative things out there. I prefer to try and look at things a little bit more on the kind of bright side, but this scenario really got under my skin a little bit. So, yeah. Anyway, onwards with the episode. All right, everyone, we are back with more Frosthaven. This episode we are doing number 52, scenario 52, which is Fleeting Permanence. This is we had to drop out to go and do one of our personal quest missions. Now we're back to doing the main story again. So this is, we had to originally go and collect we had to do two separate scenarios and collect some things, and now we're back, but this is part of the Algox story arc, kind of getting towards the end. I think this might be the penultimate scenario in this storyline. So what you guys might remember from the last episode is we had this horrible city event where you guys decided that we were going to disembowel ourselves. So we unfortunately are going to start this scenario missing 2 health and wound because of that event. And now we're going to do a road event. So let's hope that this isn't like double down badness. See ya, Chaz, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Right, Winter Road event number 49. All right, here we go.
As the winds on the road pick up and the snow begins to blast across your face, you are forced to seek refuge in a nearby cave. At first, the cave greets you with even more cold, and you find yourself huddling in deeper to escape the elements. To your surprise, the cave begins to grow warmer the deeper you travel. The cave air feels refreshing against your skin, and gusts of wind blow leaves across your feet. Strange that you don't remember seeing any trees nearby. Your curiosity piqued, you head farther in. At the back of the cave, you find a door, into which are carved 2 symbols, a raging fire and a billow of wind. As you approach, the symbols begin to throb with a soft glow, the fire yellow and the wind orange. The key that you have been carrying with you since its discovery begins to throb as well. Yellow and orange lights dancing out of your pocket. There is a keyhole in the door. Option A. Use the key on the door. Option B. Mark the cave's location on your map and return at a later time.
Ooh, okay. Poll is now live. What are we doing? Option A, use the key on the door. Option B, mark the cave's location on your map and return at a later time. It's kind of an interesting two options there. Maybe implying that something is going to happen here that may change what we're doing. I don't know. This could be interesting. Mark the cave's location on your map and return at a later time. Weird. Maybe because this is going to be a really negative effect. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. My mind is racing a little bit here. Makes me feel like maybe there'd be a super negative effect maybe if we do A. Like, it's good. Like, we'll discover a part of the story or something, but it will give us a negative effect that's probably pretty nasty. Right, unsurprisingly. Well, actually, that was quite close. A just about wins. I thought there would be an easy winner. Maybe I need to do a new scenario now? Maybe. Oh, God, you're right. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's not going to work for me. No, because I just set the scenario up. I actually don't really like this. I mean, I don't know how other people play their game of Gloomhaven or, well, Frosthaven. I don't know how you play it, but so we'll do it. But yeah, you were spot on. You were absolutely spot on.
This is a mystery that needs solving now. You retrieve the glowing key from your pack and insert it into the door.
Yeah, new scenario, Ruins of the Equinox, 105. You must play this scenario now. That was kind of obvious. Yeah, I guess it... I mean, I knew that, like, something... Obviously, the fact that it was like, oh, just mark it and come back later. I was wondering maybe it would be, like, shuffled into the deck, though, so you might not see it again. But the option B is basically you gain the scenario, but you just don't have to play it immediately. So, sorry, chat, I'm overruling you on this one because, of course, I've set this scenario up today. And unless we don't want to play a scenario today, yeah, it's going to have to wait. Yeah, I don't know how you guys set up your scenarios, like, at home. But I could see this also being a little bit... Yeah, it is kind of obvious, I guess, but... I don't know. Like, I always would set the scenario up, and then we would do the road event afterwards. Like, this I'm playing it kind of how I played Gloomhaven. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe the rulebook specifically says, hey, you should always draw your road event, then set up your scenario. I don't know. But, you know, that wouldn't work for me with the amount of time that I want to take up playing the game. So... yeah, so we'll unlock it and we'll add it to our list of scenarios, but we are not doing that right now. Yeah, you usually half agree on a scenario in the previous session and then you set it up before everyone arrives. Yeah. Yeah, you do it the same as me. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of... I mean, I like the idea and maybe it's like, ooh... I guess if there was 4 of you and you could just quickly set everything up, it's not that much of a big deal. It's a novel idea. But it's, yeah. Not one that I would personally adhere to. With 4, it's very fast setup. Yeah, exactly. So it's not too... It could be worse. But it's just a little bit frustrating if you have done like what I do. Set it all up, get all the monsters down, and then go, let's throw a road event. And yeah. Okay. Put everything, all of this back in the box. Let's get the new stuff out. No. But it is what it is. Okay, so now we just need to listen to the scenario. So let's get Foreteller up. Okay, fleeting permanence. Here we go.
Back in the sacred clearing, a weight hangs in the air. Perhaps it's just the Olgok's elders, the two of them so full of righteous energy. Or perhaps it's the prospect of lasting peace. Whatever the case, there is no mistaking the significance of this moment. The clearing is much the way you left it, a wide circle of stone and matted ground, and in the center, a single hulking altar. The moss and vine have retreated somewhat, revealing details on a number of downed pillars and carved totems. It's the first time you've been able to see ancient Olgok's craftsmanship this clearly, and you marvel at how much of it has lasted through the ages. Olgok-shaped figures have been carved into the totems with clear, realistic proportions. Their bodies are decorated with string necklaces and draped in sashes of waving fabric. There is not much time to inspect them more thoroughly. Gurndel and Bardu approach the altar of Morog and render up their relics. The spirit returns in a burst of ethereal flame.
Your task is near its end. You must now join the two words of the true creator in the realm of frost and create the unyielding shard.
The air in front of you bends. It wobbles and shifts, moved by the spirit's unseen hand, and a doorway appears, a tall, shivering ellipse. Stinging wind rushes out from the new portal, and a flurry of snow pours over you, carrying with it the faint smell of metal and ash. You've garnered a new aversion to other realms over the past few months, but there seems to be no avoiding this one. Both the elders move inside and gesture for you to follow, so you shield your eyes and pass into the wintry realm. On the other side, the air is dense with wet, sticky flakes, and the ground is coated in frost. There is little to see aside from the blowing snow, but you can tell that beyond the weather, there is something fundamentally off about this place. When you lift your hand, spectral shadows trail behind it, after images, as if you were a phantom haunting your own body. And then there are the figures. Several pale shapes emerge just ahead. Snow imps and frost demons. Their angular bodies skulk out of the blowing snow. The eyeless demons pounding the ground with their heavy, opaque limbs, and the imps jerking spasmodically back and forth.
Prepare yourself, warlords. This is the first stage of the ritual. The creatures carry a sliver of divine spirit within them. You must defeat them and use their essence to form the merging glyph.
Cool. This is a pretty unique scenario, guys. Kind of digging the vibe of this scenario. Okay, so the scenario goals. The scenario is complete when there is one frost demon body on each starting ice hex. So these are the starting ice hexes here. And one snow imp body on each starting snowdrift hex. So that's this. At the end of that round, read 90.2. Special rules. When any monster dies, instead of a loot token, it drops its standee with no base. These are bodies, which do not affect movement or alter whether a hex is empty, featureless, or unoccupied. All bodies can be looted as normal, though the body is simply moved to the looting character's hex or a hex adjacent to them. Multiple bodies can be in the same hex. When door 1 is open, read this, blah, yada, yada, yada. So the doors are all, we can go and unlock the doors to try and get more bodies, I guess. So interestingly, loot cards are probably going to be pretty much mandatory for this one. I will have to have a look through, but I think like I'm going to need loot cards because if these guys move slightly out of position, then it's going to be very, very difficult to do this. So we need to bring loot cards. Like there's no two ways about it, really. How do you drop off the bodies? So when you perform a loot action, basically the body gets looted onto your hex. So it's like you're dragging the body. So thematically, the loot cards are kind of dragging bodies. And when you loot, you can drag it to one hex adjacent to you. So let's just do an example here. Let's say that this was here and we wanted to loot. I could, like, so if I performed a loot one action, this would get looted and I could move it onto me, or I could move it to a hex adjacent to me as well. So I could kind of like, so it's like I've picked it up and I've put it down and I'm either like, it's either in my hex or I've put it down somewhere like here or here, right? So I guess in an ideal world here, I mean, in an ideal world, they would just die on the hexes and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But that's going to be maybe a little bit tricky. But you have the loots to be able to put them into the right place. But they don't get removed and there's no loot tokens or anything to it. So thematically, it's that the loot actions are actually kind of picking up and moving a body is what the loot sort of do. Drag them through the ice, yeah. Which is, I think, quite a unique idea for a scenario. So we are going to have to bring, we're just going to have to bring a loot card. Like there's no wiggle room here. We have to bring a loot card on each character. So that's under pressure for our pyro. Ray, thank you so much for the resub, buddy. 4 months now with the Amazon Prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ray. I really appreciate it, buddy. Welcome back. The quest continues, my friend. Good to have you back. I did have a fairly fun loot card, didn't I? Reaper function. It's a fun loot card. Actually, it could be quite good in this scenario because of the way it's going to end up playing out. So, what do we get rid of? We might have to get rid of the sniper turret here. Do you just get rid of reassemble now that we have code Geminate? I would presume we probably do. Kind of does the same thing. Guess no more eruption either. Big yikes. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, 11. Sniper plus the turret mode's very good. I don't think the mode's very good on the sniper for me. The mode on the sniper is to give my melee attacks range. I don't perform any melee attacks, so... Seems... a bit pointless. Level 9, 3 spears laughs at this scenario. I think they laugh at every scenario. To be fair. Okay, cool. I like it. This, I feel like, has a really fun theme. So we can start anywhere along these bits. Feels like it could be over pretty quick. What mode should I start out with? I mean, I should probably just start out with the machine bolter, really. Actually, I'll probably start out with the repair drone. Because I wouldn't mind getting the machine bolter actually out. Because the idea here is we're going to open doors and probably just let things kind of flood in, I would think. So probably turrets are going to be fairly high value. Let's start with repair drone. If we go late as well, we get some value off repair drone immediately, which is always quite nice. Don't forget battle goals and challenge. Thank you. I would probably have forgotten. Also, I guess this works well because we're wounded as well, right? And missing 2 health. So actually pretty legit mode to start in. Battle goals. Okay, Pyro, Slayer, Mugger, Tormentor. Kill 2 or more enemies in the same round. That's pretty easy. Mugger is definitely out because there's no loot tokens. Bye. Let's go Slayer. Like it. And for our trusty hive, there is a loot table. It says all bodies can be looted as normal. What does that mean? It's weird. I'm just gonna whatever. It's weird because it says here, like, when any monster dies, instead of a loot token, it drops its standee. Then it says all bodies can be looted as normal, though the body is simply moved to the looting character's hex. So does that mean that you can loot them multiple times? It just seems a bit odd to me. Like, does that mean that when you loot them, you get to get a loot card and move them? Oh, I see what you mean. There's treasure chests. Yeah, maybe. Just seems a bit strange. Yes, you have to loot the body to move it. Yeah, I understand that part, but do I also get to loot, like draw from the loot deck? That's a little bit unclear. I'm assuming not, but Because otherwise it would just say drop a loot token and their body. You know, like it wouldn't be worded in the way it is. Executioner, Pickpocket, or Wastrel? Ugh. I'm not going to get any of these, really. I guess Wastrel could be one that we get eventually at some point. But to be honest, we're probably not getting any of those. Bad draw. You played it as no loot deck draws. Yeah, that's how I'm going to play it too. Assuming that there's no loot tokens to get. Hypochondria. Whenever any character gains a negative condition, they also gain wound. Ooh. That's a bit rough because snow imps apply brittle, right? So basically they will apply brittle and wound. That's pretty rough, but it's probably one that is doable. There's only 2 enemy types. And realistically...
Yeah, boy. A little bit spicy.
It could be a lot worse, couldn't it? At least it removes the brittle. It does. Yeah, there's almost like some anti-synergy with the brittle and the wound, right? I think these guys apply wound as well, don't they? Snow imps? They apply brittle, and I think occasionally they draw a card that has wound on it as well. I think we can do that. I'm going for it. I think that's a doable one. Poison, right? Snow imps, though. I can't remember if imps had it as an innate ability or not. Could be poison. I can't remember if it was actually on the imp card, or was it like that black imps innately had poison? Because I don't think forest imps poisoned you, did they? I can't remember. Maybe. They cursed you. Right. Anyway, we're good now. We are good to go. We have our mode. Let's do it. Note that I've got 1 extra potion on the Pyro because we've now gone up to level 5. Also, I have put the Blesses into my Hives deck from the donations from the temple. Yes, the brittle would trigger on the wound, Anthony, which is why it's quite good. But of course, that would only happen, though, if I time it right. I would have to go early, right? But yes, wound can actually be quite a good counter to brittle in some situations, yeah. The question is, do I launch pod on the first turn of the game? I feel like I probably do. And we go kind of late on Hive. We just hope that they kind of group together a little bit. The question with Pyro is, do we go for an igneous path very early on to just kind of get things rolling, you know? I'm kind of tempted to do it. Because to me, it feels like it would naturally be better here to go late, set up, like blitz a load of stuff. Okay, well, snow imps aren't going to do anything and they can't reach me, but they are going to do some strengthening, which could be a little bit scary here with the move 4. Very scary, actually. Basically, I think all of the ice demons are getting strengthened. So technically disadvantage. So only draw 1, does 0, so does 3 damage to our pyro. Yeah, maybe a bit risky start here, but I didn't think that they'd really... No, I guess they had move 3 as their standard move. I guess I would have to have been very lucky here. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well that's a ×2 draw, so that's 6 damage to the hive straight away. That's alright, we're gonna heal. It's all good, it's all good. And then this guy's gonna use the ice, I guess. He's going to attack Pyro. Not gonna lie, I might have forgot that they actually had quite a decent amount of movement. Oh, it should include... Sorry. Target all at range 2. Yes, it should. They should also be strengthened themselves. Yeah, you're right. I believe they're... Well, actually, no, that one over there is not in range of itself, but yeah. All does include itself, yes. All right, not a great start, to be honest. Yeah, now this turn looks terrible because it looked pretty good if they had not moved that much or one of them moved, but actually I probably should have done this straight away. Probably going to end up having to do some stupid move here. I'm penned in, which is not good. This is an additional movement. This is just difficult terrain here. So... Oh, I could have pulled something, couldn't I, using my attractive bracelet? That might have been a good idea, yeah. Well, I guess I would have been muddled, but yeah, it's fine. I might just have to pitch Igneous Path here. That's a bit of a bad start. Didn't think that one through very well with the... To be honest, for some strange reason, I had it in my head that the Frost Demons couldn't reach me, but they easily could. I'm not sure why I had that in my head. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'll probably just play the bottom of this and heal 5 then. I don't feel like I have the good value on Igneous Path here, so I'll just heal for 5. We don't necessarily need to move like crazy right now. Yeah, kind of whiffed that turn a bit. Okay, let's hope it doesn't come back to bite us. Looks like I'm missing some rocks too from the setup. Oh, you're right. I am missing a couple of rocks. Oh, hang on. That might... Oh, would that have changed things? No, it wouldn't have changed things. Actually, that makes Igneous Path a lot worse. You're right. There's supposed to be a rock there and a rock there. Yeah, so actually... yeah, I wouldn't have gone with the Igneous Path play anyway, because then I was thinking I could snake it up through here, but I could never do that anyway because of this. Or at least that wouldn't have been good value to do it. Anyway, getting Frost Demons dead on ice is kind of what we're trying to do here, so... This is probably going to be a little bit of a rough scenario anyway. Okay, Hive is going to go. We can stop that wound from triggering, and we can heal ourselves for 2, which is nice with the repair drone. So we should start to get some health back here. I did play a little bit of a risky play here, and I don't think it's necessarily going to pay off. Okay, we're gonna launch pod. We're going to use the bow to give us an extra range here. So we're going to launch pod onto this guy, number 10. Okay, nice. So that's 3 damage to number 10, which is enough to kill them. Okay, they don't drop a loot token, they drop their body. A little bit awkward because they're, you know, the standees are quite bulky. Still don't have range with the bow? Yeah, I do. I have range. Oh, you're right. I don't because of the stupid thing again. It's fine. The hat as well. That's all good. Why do I have so much XP? Right? Yeah. Oh, I didn't heal myself. Haha. I gave myself, I see, I gave myself... No, that can't be right. I did. I gave myself 3 XP for some reason. Where I should have given myself 2 health. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no, I gave myself 3 health because I lost health from the thing. Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. That's all good. So Machine Bolt was coming out. Actually, I probably want to chuck it here. Now we get the 2 XP. That's all good. Add the machine bolter. Okay, we're good. So that's launch pod. Then we got aimed assault. This is not ideal here, really. I guess I'll just go against number 1. We'll just attack him for 1. do? Okay, good. All right. Not ideal, but I think like that was okay in the end. So we want to go nice and early here. We really want to go early. Pyro's got to rethink their life a little bit. Didn't even create fire, did we? That blows. Got plenty of push, which should work really well in my favor here. Maybe we just try and get away a little bit. I quite like the idea of just trying to kind of get out. I'm in an awkward position with the pyro and I don't really like being here. Let's try this. Okay. A little bit awkward being immobilized here. But actually not that bad. That doesn't ruin our turn. I'm okay with that. So we are immobilized. It maybe wrecks Hive's turn a little bit. Right, so we're going to heal ourselves up for 2. Machine bolter time. Cujo! Thank you so much for the resub. Using your Amazon Prime, I very much appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. The quest continues, my friend. Good to have you back with us. Hope you're doing awesome. Hope you had a great Monday. You're really enjoying Pyro? Just started with Hive. Pyro's been great. I mean, both these characters have been great, to be honest. I've very much enjoyed both of what these kind of characters can do. Both of these. Anyway, so Machine Bolt is going to go first, actually, before we do that. So we're going to attack number 2 first. Good flips here, chat, and it could all be, they could be dead. That's 0. So that's 2 damage to number 2. And then on the other one, times 2, dead. Yeah, I was reaching for a loot token. Force a habit. Not bad. Not bad. We're going to have to try and finish the other one off then. Oh no, because of the immobilize, I can't finish it off. I'm not going to have enough range. Oh Jesus, because of my repair drone. You screwed it all up. Oh, that's really frustrating. I did need to move. Dang. Well, I guess it is what it is. What are they doing? A strength and attack 2? I can give him shield 2 though. It's not that bad. Yeah, no way I can get any extra range. Okay. Well, I guess we just use long range missile and we attack number 1 for 3. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered then anyway, huh? The good with the bad, the rough with the smooth. Well, that's that turnover then. That kind of screwed me a little bit then. At least the turret had a fairly decent turn.
Damn, has it really been that long?
46 months. Guess it has been, Tweenie. That's 3 years on the nose, right? I didn't even realize that it was my Twitch anniversary. Yeah, it must be. In fact, technically, I guess we kind of missed it because I didn't make affiliate for a couple of weeks after I started streaming. But thank you so much, buddy, for sticking here all this time for 3 whole years, man. It's crazy. 4 years and 2 months. What? Oh, can I not count? 24. Oh, I can't count. 4 years, you see? Oh my god. 4 years? I can't count. With the challenge, should I also be wounded? I will be when the immobilized came in. Oh, you're right. Yeah, with that I should have, yeah. I would have removed it on the hive, but I would have it here. Yes. Well, I guess I'll just do an attack 3, push 2. Maybe on number 5. I don't know. I felt like maybe I just do it on number 1 and try and get some more damage into him. Yeah. Not pushing this way, because I'm going to walk that way. Okay, imp. 4. That's 2. Oh, it's dead. Because it's going to be 2 damage plus a wound. Oh, it says character though. Whew. Thank God for that. It says character. I don't really want to sacrifice my repair drone right now. So we still do an end of turn looting, right? Presumably. For some reason I've still got to prepare for deployment, but actually it's going to be pretty nice here. That's some really poopy actions right now. Oh, that kind of works. Bit of a weird turn, but it kind of works. On the initiative that I want. Okay. Pyro is, like, lost at sea at this point in time. We need to figure out a way of helping them. Because things ain't looking too hot. I guess I could wall myself off, which is probably a fairly decent move. Yeah, it probably goes a good way of... Oh, I could maybe wall myself off, which would be interesting. Really? 5? That's what you're going to go for? 5? Heal for 2. Machine Bolter is just going to attack, unfortunately, and it's unlikely anything happens here. After attack ability, ground when your summons move 2. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Do I move it like... in? Do we think? No, it's too risky. I feel like something like here or here is not bad. We'll move it back one more hex, I think. Actually, if I move it here, then it's like adjacent to this, which might make the looting a little bit easier. Sure, let's do that. Mac, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, so my turn was... not super good. I was going to transfer, but now I don't think I do because of the way that that's all panned out. Yeah, weird. What are these guys doing? Move 2, attack 4, like pretty annoying pattern. So I could go 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe use my boots to move 3. Then transfer. Yeah, I think so. Right, so then we'll transfer. So, so what am I doing? I'm taking 2 damage. I'm taking 2 damage and a bristle, basically, and a wound. Then this is going to do an attack 1 on... Let's go number 1 again. So +1, 2, so 3. So 3 damage to number 1. And we gain an XP. Not bad. Moving around the place a little bit. Right, Pyro. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna place hazardous terrain here and here. And that's gonna do 1 damage. Oh, actually, I don't want to do 1 damage to him. That's awkward. Because then I have to loot him all the way back here. That's actually super awkward. I guess I could use the attractive bracelet to pull him onto it at the beginning of his turn. That might be a bit better. Because then it makes it a little bit easier in terms of looting him onto a hex, right? Actually, I guess I have to go here and here because otherwise he's going to target the drone. Yeah. This will give me a good base to push from later as well, to be fair. Okay, so before he gets to take his turn, we're going to use Attractive Bracelet to pull him here, which is going to do it's going to do 2 damage, so he's going to die. Then number 3 is going to go. Guess it's just going to go this way, huh? Then number 5. Okay. Make ice. That's all right. That's kind of avoided the worst of it, I think. And now we're in a good position to be able to move those bodies. Does 1 damage to the drone, right? Oh yeah, you're right. I think it did 1 damage to allies as well, right? Yeah, you're right. The ice is difficult terrain. The ice is not difficult terrain. Ice is icy terrain. So what icy terrain does is it gives them 1 extra movement. You slide across it, basically. So depending on the direction that you enter the hex, you will slide in that direction and get like a free point of movement, essentially. It's like being pushed or something. Right. Need to speed this up because it's already 10 o'clock. I need to really get going. Okay. Question is, can I take 1 more hit? Maybe? I need to move first, I think. Okay. Huh, okay, this is pretty good. I'll take this. But number 3 is going to move 4. 1, 2. They're both going to take damage here. Okay, you're not going to take the damage, or... Alright. There's number 5. It's going to go... 1, 2... 3, 4. Kind of a weird one, but yeah, that checks out. Oh, it makes my pyro turn a bit odd now. Maybe I swap what I'm doing. Oh no, I can still get some really good benefits here. So I'm going to move 1 onto here. This is so weird. I have to use my boots though because of this, unfortunately. Then move 1 adjacent 1 hex hazardous terrain tile up to 2 hexes. So we go 1, 2. Which then does 2 damage to number 3. 1, 2. Then we're going to use Deep Fury. We're going to attack for 3. +1 in the game XP if we are occupying hazardous terrain, which we are. XP. Shame that I mean, I'll use my Spyglass. He's got shield, so it kind of sucks, but... I guess we'll do number 5 here. Well, I'm going to push him this way. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, times 2. So that will be 8. We'll take that. 8 minus 2 is 6. So that is 6 damage to number 5. Ooh. That is dead. 6 damage to number 5, dead. Alrighty then. So not in the right hex, but, you know, in a hex, in a place. Wow. Then I also get to heal myself for 2. With that wound. Okay, that worked out pretty good. That was a good turn. Repair drone is going to attack this guy, number 3. Boop. +0. Then it's going to heal. So that'll do no damage, but it is going to heal the pyro for 1. Very nice of you, repair drone. Yes, so we did take 2 damage there, did we? So we're on 10 health. Right, so we should be on 8. But we removed the brittle, not the wound, sorry. Really awkward turn here. I might just have to rock up and Reaper function this guy. Oh, you're kidding me. Is that just 1 damage? It's got no... Oh my god. Just 1 damage. Oh, I'm going to use the Major Frenzy Potion, chat. I don't care. I'm going to go all in today. Let's go again. Ooh, okay, it kills it, and I get to transfer. That's maybe a bit spicy here. You're dead. Your body litters the battlefield. Transfer, eh? Transfer seems like a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna transfer. So I think we had like 1 damage, right, on here? Yeah. I should remember with the tokens, really. Back comes Mr. Turret. But that's good for me, because then I get to heal, which is what I really want. Why number 5 did not move adjacent? What do you mean? The ice carries them. There was hazardous terrain here, so he couldn't get to that hex at the time. He wanted to get to this hex, but unfortunately the ice carries him. But anyway. Okay. Next round. Long rest on the hive. Oh wait, did I just remove a body from the battlefield? I did, didn't I? It's like this and this, right? Right now. Big old mess. What a mess. How much health does he have? Presumably end of turn looting also works here. So... I could choose the Hive's initiative here. I think I'll probably just leave it as it is. Easy to lose track of the terrain types when the bodies cover up the hexes. To be honest, I feel like this was quite a weak... Like, thematically, I like the idea, but yeah, I felt like... Perhaps when you were playtesting this scenario and you didn't have all of the pieces, or you were playing it maybe on Tabletop Simulator and you didn't have this issue, I felt like this is a problem that should have been identified. Especially these guys, they're massive. It makes it really, really difficult. Why they don't just use... I mean, I could, in theory, substitute these guys out for dice if you guys think it's easier. Like, there's nothing to say, like, I use white dice for the frost demons and red dice maybe for the snow imps. I mean, I could. Might be easier. Because it just feels like I'm going to miss stuff. I'm going to do it. Because it's just not a great... I don't think, like, it's particularly well designed, this idea. Like, yeah, you get to lay the standees down, and yeah, it looks kind of cool, like for the first few times you do it. And then you're right, the board just becomes an absolute mess. I'm just going to do this because it's so much easier. So that I know that red dice are imps, white dice are frost demons, and we just do it that way. Suppose you could also keep the standees up but upside down. Yeah, but then you guys wouldn't be able to tell because you'll only be able to tell on the side camera angle, which is not the best. Yeah, it wouldn't work for multiples. So yeah, with the dice, I could just tick this up to 2 if there's 2 on there. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom of under pressure. So all adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage. Create earth. Loot 1. Yeah, and then I felt like we try and get these guys to move. This one's going to go up to here. We just need to get that guy across to there. I like that. And then we'll use the top of Heat Wave. So we'll push everything at range 3 for 2. Oop. They're going to take 2 damage. And at the start of our next turn, we are going to take 2 damage. Attack 4. Miss. Nice. Create ice. Right, Hive is going to... God. Can I go back? Right, I was on 7 health. Yeah, you almost got it. Technically, I need to gain 3 there, because I could have healed 4, because I would remove the wound with the repair drone anyway. Yeah, so... Reset all of these items. Very good. Get rid of prepare for deployment. Hive. We're going to need to move them a little bit. You like the dice idea? I think it works well. Dungeon Twister had tokens for the standees when they got exhausted. That would be helpful here. Yeah, Silver, for sure. It just feels like a little bit of an odd choice that I think only would have worked. Like I said, like you play this scenario 1 time with the correct components and it immediately becomes apparent. I guess maybe if you played with certain characters that were not you know, like generators of different terrain types and things, maybe it wouldn't be quite as bad. But you know that probably most of the testing, if not all of the testing, was done digitally. So something like this, which is like an oversight in a physical component, wouldn't have come up because they never would have physically play tested this. It all would have been play tested in Tabletop Simulator. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird turn for my Gemini. I very much want to transfer here. I feel like I want to give one of my summons a move, though, before I do anything, you know? Yeah, let's try and get ourselves into a nice position. Give a move to one of our summons to try and influence some of this dice placement. So I think I'll just move 4. Now, how or where do I want to put it?
How is everyone?
How or where? I am good. Hey, Auron. I am doing well, buddy. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. 3 months. Welcome back, my friend. The quest continues. Good to have you back. I am very hot. A little bit hot and bothered at the moment, but, you know, apart from that, all good. Grant one of my summons move 4. I guess I should probably loot stuff though, right? I think I'm going to go here. Then I can kind of move it a little bit closer. It might be a bit indifferent, but... You can't really land on an ice hex, right? It's very difficult to do that. I think maybe I let it go like 1, 2, 3. No, I need it to go like 1, 2, 3 and hit this rock. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Then I'll use long range missile on number 3. Pow. All right, we don't need to do that anymore. So that's 3. And then at end of turn looting, we will move this here. Actually, here might be fine. It's probably one and the same. Doing well, just retired your Gemini into Frozen Fist on Saturday. Nice. Your first retirement of the campaign. Awesome, dude. I have not played Fist myself yet. We'll hopefully get around to it eventually. Oh, it's got a ranged attack. That's a little bit awkward. Wow, very awkward. Okay, well, it's going to be attacking for 6. Pyro actually nearly died. Jesus. Probably should have paid a little bit more attention to that. But Pyro's actually going to take 2 damage because of Heat Wave. So I'm not quite sure. How much health did I just heal then? Yeah, I'll go down to 1 and back up to 3. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit of a yikes, really. Cards to get rid of. All of these cards are going to be so good. I need to open a door or something, right? I feel like I'm taking way too long so far on this scenario. Like, there's so many doors to open. This is actually a really big scenario. It's a 5-room scenario. It's not often you see rooms that, you know, scenarios that big. I might open the top. Actually, I'm going to move that to there. Don't know what I was thinking. That's better. Okay. Or maybe I go and open number 1. Maybe I open door 1. Let's go open door 1. I feel like my turn is just not very good right now. Weak is... just feels weak. Everything just feels really, yeah, really weak right now. Hard to describe it. Like, I just don't... I don't know, this scenario is now... Like, I like the idea of the scenario, but now I feel like I've gotten in my head. And I'm taking way too long to figure stuff out. I don't know. I'm just going to play random cards, see how we do. It's about how I feel about this one. Just feels off. Just feels off. I can't really describe it. It's not a it's a weird puzzle. Yes, I did put the Hey, blood. Yeah, so I was thinking about like going. Just literally like moving there for 2. Or moving there for 2. And then transferring out, I guess. Yeah. Then using the top of hijack. To chuck down the drone. Oh, sorry, move to... Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm so confused. What am I trying to do? Where was I there? This is not doing good for my brain. Let me change the battery in my headset as well. It's bleeping at me. I should be opening the door to let them in. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll just do that instead. I don't know. This scenario's just got me all kind of turned around, upside down a little bit. I don't really know how I feel about this scenario, if I'm honest. I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm like, I don't really, like, it's really hurting my brain. Because it's like, I've got so many other things in play now as well that I'm trying to move around and get extra value by moving. It's a bit much. So what was I? I was like there. Yeah, so I could just open number 3, which is probably okay. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just open number 3 for 1 and see what's behind here. 36.5. Just bleh. All right, there's no text or anything, just no foreteller or anything, just a picture of the room. Which is tile 2G. Yeah, I don't think I don't particularly like what this this one's doing to my brain. Got the brain ache coming on a bit. Like, okay, get all the enemies in the main room maybe, and then worry about their loot at the end. Could be an option. Could be the right option. Normal Frosthaven, normal Imp, and a treasure chest. I presume this is going to be pretty much par for the course with all of these rooms. They're going to be very similar in terms of what's in there, aren't they? Oh, I could have just opened the door, couldn't I? What was it? 36. Just do that for prosperity. Prosperity. Right, so we've done that. So we went one. One more movement left. Then we can transfer maybe. I think we probably just run back. And then maybe move 2. How much are these guys moving? 3? Or I could use the ice to my advantage here, couldn't I? And slide like this way. Slide to here. Sure, then use hijack. And then grant the summon an attack. This is 1 XP. And kills this. And we have the Repedra. Okay. Alright, seems okay. Bit of a weird turn in the end, but I think it probably is for the best. Like we figured some stuff out. Pyro. We will go, we'll just do a nice big heal 5 self. And we'll play the top of Living Magma. We'll see how that goes. May work, may not work. We'll just have to see. Probably not, but didn't really have much else to do there, so that'll do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1. Next round. Okay. We'll go for... Oh, we need to create fire, don't we, really? Time for Igneous Path? Probably not. Feels like I should have played that right at the very get-go. But I did not. Do 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 do. Alright, Imp's not doing anything. Pyro's next. Sticks a long one. Feel like we're just going to do a move 2 here, which is actually only a move 1. I can move my boots to make it a move 3. Well, move 2. I could choose that as move 1, slide onto here, which is not bad. Then we can use Rain of Fire. I guess in theory I could put one underneath me. Then I do 1 damage to this. That's fine, we'll do 1 damage to the drone. Just feel like having 1 underneath me is probably pretty good here. Gain 1 XP. So the one that I loot, I'm going to loot it here. So that's like done now, right? I guess maybe it'd be a better idea to try and loot that one to there, or that guy to there. So maybe it's better to move it along a little bit. There's a good spot, because if I can do a loot 1 here, then I can move them both onto spots in one go. That's a good spot. Right. So repair drone's going to go. So it's going to attack for 1, 2. Heal the pyro for 1. Then it's going to be my go on the hive. Gotta go. Keep tracking those corpses. Thanks, Vandelay. See you later, buddy. It's a tough scenario, this. I don't really know how I felt. No, that wasn't my 2 cards that I selected. It's tough. I'm not quite sure how I really feel about it. I guess I'm just going to use both of my items here to get the range. Attack for 3. 6. Ooh, dead. Oh, we should also have healed. Then we are just going to do a loot 1, and we're going to go boom. Right, don't move those ever again. Okay. Guess we open another door. Dang it, I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't have range. Or that it would move one more. Yeah, that kind of blows, but okay. Alright, 1 damage, plus brittle, plus wound because of the challenge. Hang on, still Pyros go. One, two. Guess we'll use Deep Fury using our crude spear here. Attack for 4. Heal 2, gain an XP. Yeah, like these guys will just die really quick, huh? Super quick. Sure, we'll move this towards my pyro. Let's just open the door. Door number 2, 133.3. 133.3. Yeah, just another simple room. Very small room. Yeah, I'm not sure about this scenario. It feels like certain characters will just walk it, you know? Which is true, you know, for other scenarios too. It's not like it's not a really uncommon thing, to be fair. It does feel like, you know, there's going to be certain characters that will just literally walk up and do this one in their sleep. Number 10. Alright, so I got one more point of movement if I want it. Yeah, I think that'll be about it. Doesn't need that extra bit of movement. Two damage. Brittle and wound because of the scenario challenge. Next round. Long rest here. Pyro probably needs to go and like clean up a little bit, right? It's like a default move 2 or something. Ooh. Yeah, I'll go after here. I'll stick on 99 with my hive. Honestly, my thing here is just to go here. Take this turn and loot. Do nothing else. I just move it that way. Where's this? There? Oh, it's there, right? I think. Set up a little, like, chain gang, or we're gonna move it. To me, to you. Bit of Chuckle Brothers there. That's probably a reference that's lost on 80% of my audience. Living Mama goes away. Hang on, what happened there? Did I just skip through that turn or something? Yeah, I did a bit. Just a little bit. XP there, that's for sure. This is going to attack. Oh, there's no element there. Oh, okay. So it's just going to stay there then. Ooh, that's a doubler. So that's 2 with the brittle. That's 4. So that's 4 damage. And a curse. That's pretty nasty. That's probably why I should go before to remove the brittle every time. But then I get a heal for 2. Can you just stop with the just giving me random health, please? We'll get rid of a card. I feel like hijack's not very good this scenario. I feel like I'm just going to run out of stamina in this scenario, and it's not going to be... It's just because I've wasted so many turns like faffing around with the dice and moving the bodies, and I probably shouldn't have. Feels like that's how this is all going to end, unfortunately for me. Oh, right, this guy would have moved forward, sorry. Would have attacked. Oh, come on, game. Oh. Okay, there you go. I think I've managed to rectify it all now. That imp's just going to stay there, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about it. Guess I could go and open another door with the bottom of code Geminate. Could be an idea. Sure, why not? Because you have this awkward thing where it's going to attack. Yep, kills it. And now it's all the way over there. Maybe this is the point, to make it very difficult for you. Move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll open number 1. I guess at least by doing this, I'm getting to see everything the whole thing has to offer, right? I'm getting to see absolutely everything that the whole scenario has to offer. We'll put all this over here for now. See all that stuff? Yeah, for the most part. Probably slide it all a little bit this way anyway. So that is number 3, which is 36.5. I think like thematically this scenario is just pretty neat actually. I quite like it. I just feel like they didn't think about the practicalities of playing it. But the idea is kind of neat. It's a bit different. It's not like crazy complicated or anything. It's a fairly straightforward idea, but kind of hard to execute and maybe a bit more brain burnery than it at first appears. Oh. I appear to be missing a tile. Be in my big stack here. Yeah, well, that looks like it to me. It's not. It's very similar. Wrong section, it's door 1. Oh, whoops. Was it? Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's door 3 over there. Duh. This heat is getting to my brain. I'm literally melting in here. 80.1. That'll be why I can't find the tile. It's on the board. That's better. O2E. There it is. It's the one I had out in front of me thinking this was probably going to be the next one. I've run out of treasure chests. Oh no, I've got one couple more. For random reason, there's a rock in this one. Okay. I'm sweating while playing Frosthaven. Yeah, it's not good. By the time you start your Frosthaven, the weather will be cooling off. That's good. I'm happy for you. This is not particularly pleasant. To be honest, it wouldn't be much like, I mean, I've got my studio lights on, so that's a bit of a contributing factor here. But it's still pretty hot in here. I've actually ordered myself a new CPU and fan. It should be arriving tomorrow. Like a little upgrade to my computer. But also I'm going liquid cooling for the first time, an all-in-one liquid cooler for the processor. I've always just had fans my entire life. When I was building a PC, always just went with fans. But it's running significantly hot the last couple of days because it's been so hot here in the UK. It's running significantly hotter than it usually is, and the processor needs upgrading anyway, so I thought, I'll do it. So yeah, I'm going for the 5800 X3D, is it? The it's like it was one of the last Ryzen AMD AM4 chips. They're now on AM5, but in order to get AM5, you need to upgrade your motherboard. You need an AM5 motherboard. You need DDR5 memory. So I'd need to upgrade all my memory, and the processor itself is more expensive. So I kind of felt like a nice sort of incremental upgrade, and then I'll sort of see how my computer does for a couple of years, and then maybe upgrade to AM5 after that point. It feels like I needed to make a bit of a change to try and lower the temperature a little bit in my room and in my computer in these really hot summer days. So yeah, going with a liquid cooler to see if that actually does any better. I mean, I'm sure it will do better than the crappy fan cooler that I've got now. I haven't even got a very good one. I've got the all-in-one, the one that was packaged with the processor. So you know it's not a particularly great processor when it becomes packaged with a fan. It's like, yeah. Or at least you know the fans are going to be average quality. So looking forward to some slight gains and hopefully some lower temps. Right, so I've still got my long-range missile, so I can still do that. I can reach them both, which is good, even with my thing, and I do have target too, so that's nice. So I guess we'll attack the imp first. Actually, it would be the Frost Demon first. Attack the Frost Demon first. Is there anything I want to use here? Not really. Could use the Fire Shield Potion, I suppose. Oh, ×2. 6 damage. Well, if I use the Fire Shield Potion, that will kill it. Same again, -1. Oh, so that's actually 2 damage, so that's not too bad there. Sorry, this one's dead. Yeah, I think I probably used the major. I think I used the Fire Shield Potion to give myself Retaliate 2. Because now this guy's going to go boom, boom. Attack me for 3. 3. Then, I'm going to die to the Retaliate damage. Why have you forsaken me? See how fast they're dying? They're dying super fast. He's going to heal himself back up to full though, unfortunately. Sorry, I had code Geminate was move 4, grant one of my other summons move 4, which is what I wanted to do. Just put it there. Pyro's gonna heal up. It's just a really super awkward and weird way to play, and now I gotta like loot and stuff, I guess. I don't know, it's just like it's kind of weird. I don't hate it. I don't love it either though. Scenario's just odd. I really don't know how I feel about it. It's just... Let's just put it this way. There's nothing particularly fun about standing and looting. Like, especially when you're not even getting, like, actual loot tokens out of it. I like the idea of using, like, okay, your loots do something different now. I like that idea. That's kind of neat. But it just feels a bit... I don't know. Repair drone's going to attack. Boom. 1 damage. Shield high for 1. You need to make them walk to the middle. Well, this is the thing. I can't make them walk to the middle because they've got ranged attacks. It's kind of awkward. The Frost Demons you can. Like I said, I might just end this scenario just because of stamina, because it's boring, because I have to drag bodies around. I don't know. But I just don't feel like it's a massively fun puzzle. It's really quite like... I don't know. I actually feel like a lot of the more puzzly elements of Frosthaven have turned me off the game somewhat. I'm not a huge fan of the direction that this game has gone at times, where it's been like, let's make it more puzzly. Again, maybe this is because it's me playing solo and I'm getting a bit of a having to do everything plus do some complex puzzle on top of it. Whereas if there was, you know, more people, then maybe we could split the load a little bit. But it becomes this very tiring. It really wears you down. I feel like in Frosthaven I've had less heroic moments, or at least like less celebratory heroic moments compared to Gloomhaven. Where Gloomhaven, it always feels like you're coming down to the last card and a few flips or whatever, and it gets really interesting and tight and exciting towards the end. Frosthaven just feels like, yeah, you kind of work it out and then you just do it. And maybe you don't work it out the first time. I don't know. It's an odd one. All right, we're going to attack for 2. All right, miss. Then we will attack for 2 again. Die. Then we won't transfer, but we'll just loot. Pyro, loot. That's it, really. Then Rain of Fire. Being the complete opposite of how your group has gone. One scenario we failed, came down to a final unlucky flip of a monster card. We definitely had issues with one game where we nearly gave up on the first room. Let's take it out and win, although it's definitely didn't like it early, but you haven't hit the puzzles yet either. It's not just about the puzzle book itself. I think it's more like, it's about like the scenarios like this that come up occasionally that are just kind of like a bit odd. And I feel like we said before about the removal of the kill-all monsters, or the vanilla kill-all monsters. There's still plenty of scenarios that essentially boil down to kill-all monsters, but they jazz it up a little bit with something. and it comes down to certain levels, but occasionally you get a scenario like this, which is just like a little bit fiddly, like almost a bit too fiddly. Like the thing is with Frosthaven, and I've said this multiple times, is its own worst enemy, because the ideas are very clever and interesting, but it is the medium of a board game that is holding this game back. If this was a digital game, this would hands down be an incredible, amazing experience if it was pulled off, you know, all of the rules and everything done correctly. It would be insane. Like, it would be so good, because the level of depth on each scenario is like, try and think of a video game that says, okay, yeah, you got 150 scenarios and each one of them is completely unique. Like, no, because all of them will be like, yeah, we used X amount of dungeon tiles and we've randomly generated this, that, or the other, or it's procedurally generated, or whatever. It's like they can't do it. It just doesn't happen. But in a video game, like, there's 150 scenarios, each of them unique. Yes, some of them might have some similarities. Yes, some of them are more in depth than others, but they are all unique. They have their own unique story, intro, and place in the world. You know, even when you play something like Pathfinder, Divinity, you know, Baldur's Gate 3, when that comes out, there will still be encounters that you will have and situations as those which will be very samey to each other, that can be solved in the same ways. You know, it's like they give you a completely randomized environment, randomized tile set, objectives, and like it's so wild of what Frosthaven does that to me it's like, it is genius. It is actually genius. It is just in the wrong format. You know? It's kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. I was trying to think of another like medium where this translation would work well. But whereas Gloomhaven Digital, I think, did a really good job of making the game very accessible and easy to learn and pick up and play, which helped a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say that Gloomhaven Digital was always the best way to experience Gloomhaven, because sitting around a table with your buddies playing is always going to be a massive thing. Whereas Frosthaven, I actually feel like this is the tipping point where there's enough complexity here and stuff going on that this game is just begging to be a video game that, yes, you could play cooperatively, but I feel like this is the tipping point. Whereas Gloomhaven Digital was on that kind of like, yeah, but if you want to play co-op, the physical's still better, probably, for many people, if you can get together in person, that is. This, to me, would be, I don't know. I feel like even if you wanted to play co-op, the needle's swinging towards digital because of the amount of stuff that you have to do. My solo streaming experience is a much more worse time. Yeah, it is. I've said that multiple times too. You're right, but I still stand by that statement, and that I still feel like that is a pretty good summary of where I am with Frosthaven. I can see that it's a genius game and that it is like incredibly well thought out, but everything just trips itself up too much at times, and it gets frustrating to play. Maybe a digital assistant that could help with all the movement and management and AI stuff. If you could have, like, I don't know, some kind of like camera that would, yeah, like capture the board and would essentially project on the board where stuff was, kind of like an augmented reality type thing. Yeah, I could see something like that working quite well. Okay. just get towards the other room, but hopefully do a little bit of looting while I'm at it. I guess would be the key here. I mean, how am I going to get this one? Or do you think there's not necessarily perfect numbers, right? Oh, I've got more than enough, right? Yeah, I got more than enough. You don't need all of them. You only need one in each of the hexes, right? So there's 3 more. I've got 1, 2, 3, and then maybe there's another one in the next room. If it's exact numbers, then I'm a little bit pissed off. I don't know. This feels like I'm just going to spend a load of turns moving, doing basically nothing. Like, default move 2, do nothing. Default move 2, do nothing. Like, I don't know. What am I doing here? I guess so. That sounds like a really fun recipe for a fun scenario, right? Boy, oh boy, do I love using default actions. Even if you had to indicate moves on that and reflect on the board, but yeah, there's a lot of management rules that is easy to forget something. Yeah, the crazy thing about Frosthaven though, and Gloomhaven this was true as well, is that the rule system is so robust that if you do make a few rules here or there, it's not going to ruin your experience, which is really good. Like, you can kind of like, you know, get fairly substantial rules kind of wrong here and there, or miss things as you're playing through. And honestly, it's not going to ruin your experience of the game. You're still going to have a good time. It's not going to, yeah, make things like just completely terrible for you. Which is pretty crazy to think about. But you know, like right now, it just feels like I'm kind of going through the motions. Like, how do I... I first feel like I'm going to run out of stamina and it's going to be like, whatever. I mean, I hope that there's one more in there. Otherwise, God knows what I'm going to do. Still have this one I need to get there at some point. I probably could have... No, I don't think I could have. I probably could have done that at one point, right? Oh, I decided to move this one there. Oh, I could have moved that one there. I could have. When I was here and I looted, I could have moved that there. I keep forgetting that I can have more than one on one space. But only having one loot card is also pretty bad. If Frosthaven has a PC game, it's going to be about 10 times bigger than Gloomhaven Digital. Yeah, it will be. It's a massive undertaking, but I honestly... The really interesting thing to me is Twin Sails, who, you know, are Asmodee Digital, but they're now Twin Sails. They have, you know, I think they've shown that they're willing to kind of take on a bit more. And I think that the move to being Twin Sails has also sort of shown that they are a little bit more serious about their digital department in terms of they don't want it to be just a board game thing. You know, they did bring in Ember Knights, which is really good, by the way. And Ember Knights is actually coming out, I think, very soon into full release. I really liked that when we first checked it out. In fact, I might play a little bit of it on stream in the next coming weeks, because it's actually a really, really fun little roguelite hack and slash. Really good. And they're bringing out Enchanted as well, which is like a cook serve delicious or whatever it is, Overcooked, that type of game. Kind of a cooperative game where you're running an inn, a fantasy inn, but similar thing where you're like cooking and I think like pulling beers and things and ales, stuff like that. So they are making a push towards more, not just, you know, video game, board game adaptations, which is what Asmodee is, the name is tied to. So it's interesting to see what more they're going to do. And will Frosthaven Digital, which they may just call Frosthaven, instead of calling it Frosthaven Digital, they may actually just call it Frosthaven. It'll be interesting to see if it actually comes to fruition or not. But they are demonstrating at this moment that they are really into developing proper video games now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they've been working on. And they've got Saber, Saber are the developer who's involved at the moment in terms of the port. And they could also be the developer who's in charge of Frosthaven. You know, I can't say too much. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever signed an NDA about this, so I don't think I think I probably can say. Yeah, I never signed an NDA on this. All I know is that the Flaming Fowl who developed Gloomhaven Digital, they were asked the question, would you be interested in doing Frosthaven? And they turned it down because from their perspective, they wanted to go and do their own thing. They were like, we're really happy with Gloomhaven Digital. We have something else we'd like to do. But the question was asked. So that gives me at least some hope that there is something. I think it's years away if it's going to be possible. And bear in mind that conversation, I don't know when that happened. I have no clue, no frame of reference for that whatsoever. It was just an offhand little chat, casual chat that I had with one of the guys. I can't remember who it was. But essentially, they were asked the question. And they decided to decline it for whatever reason. They didn't say why they declined it, aside from the fact that they wanted to work on their own things. That was the only reason that I... So, you know, the question was asked. There was an intent, but I don't think there was ever, yeah, like that's as much as I know, which I don't think is breaking any kind of like NDA or anything, because it was literally nothing that I've been told officially or by anybody. Like it was literally just a casual conversation where they said, yeah, they did kind of ask us if we would be interested, and we just said no. Because of course the natural question was, you guys working on Frosthaven? And they were kind of getting a little bit fed up of answering the question. You know, no. We're doing Gloomhaven Digital right now. It was like every single live stream, every single dev Q&A was, are you guys working on Frosthaven? So, you know, they were like, we're not doing it. And that's categorically like, we're not doing it. And it's because we've turned it down, type thing to me. I was like, okay, cool. If they announce Frosthaven Digital, you'll pay any amount of money for it. Yeah, I would also do similar things. Oh, sorry, it's you first, isn't it? Then it's you. Heal 1, I guess, but no, it doesn't really matter. Oh, we get heal 1 on the pyro, maybe. Oh, no, actually, we went before, didn't we? It does not matter. In my opinion, how I would have changed this scenario is I would have added... This is also a good example of another scenario that would be... Well, actually, it won't be differently balanced, because I believe there's the same number of enemies at 2-player. Yeah, there is. The only difference is how hard the enemy is to kill. Which actually, funnily enough, might play into your favor here a little bit as in 4-player. But the number of enemies doesn't change, depending on how many you have. But it is another scenario where if you're playing 2-player, the task is the same, right? You need to fill up all of these. There's only 2 of you running around dragging bodies rather than 4. And it's the same number of bodies. It's the similar problem that the last scenario had, a little bit. Right, anyway, that was that round. We're long resting here. We're healing for 2. Sorry, I'm getting so ahead of myself because this just feels like not fun gameplay at all. I'm a bit baffled by this scenario, if I'm honest. Even if I'd lured them, there's going to be some level of me just spending turns just doing this stuff. I don't really understand why they decided to do it this way. I'm very confused by it all, to be honest. I do not get it. Because I kill them in far places, you make it harder for yourself. Yeah, but, like, even then, I'd still... Like, the thing is, they had ranged attacks, so that's not always going to be the case. They have low health and you're gonna do stuff like, what, I have to sit there and tank it? I still feel like it's just a boring design. Like, it's not... Oh yeah, I've got to let them come a bit closer. Well, it's a bit hard when they have range 3. You know... That's okay. Each of my characters has 1 loot card. It means that I can like do 1 like actual fairly decent move around each round. It's just not an interesting design. It's not that like, yes, I probably could have let them come closer and made it easier. That still wouldn't have made the scenario any more fun. Like, I just don't think that this is a good scenario. Don't feel like it's particularly well thought out. Maybe they thought it was thematically fun to be dragging bodies around. It's not. It's just moving, literally just moving tokens along tokens, and it's... I just think that this is a badly designed scenario. I just don't feel like... I get where they were going thematically, but I just do not think it's a very interesting scenario, and I don't think that it's particularly well designed. It's also harder for 2, again. I don't understand, like, what's fun about moving and looting constantly. Even if they were closer, I don't feel that magically somehow makes this scenario any better. Like, oh yeah, I might have had to move and loot like twice less. Still had to do it for like 80% of my turns. It's even if I had done that and had let the enemies come closer to make it somewhat easier for me, I still would have ended up doing 3 or 4 turns of just move, loot, move, loot, move, loot. Drag, 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 drag. Oh, I even played the wrong freaking cards now. Whatever, it really does not matter. This scenario is just... actually rubbish. 1, 2, 3, 4... What, carry me this way, I suppose? Oh, I've jumped, don't I? Oh, they are flying, actually? Yeah, it's flying. Yeah, what am I doing? Looting 1. Done. It's easier to do because the monster have less players to hit and be struck on the customer's face, so you can funnel them way more. What? No, dude, no. Sorry, but no. Wrong. Yes, you're looking for a silver lining, I appreciate that, but you're just wrong. I have literally half the amount of actions as a 4-player group. Half. Maybe even more if they are playing high card count characters, right? The enemies also have more health. So in theory, I can kite them for longer. Don't know how I'm going to get this one over there. Yeah, whatever. Just do this. Just go there. Move that to there. Done. No, no. Get rid of a card. Whatever. Just get rid of any of my attacks now, because, like, what's the point? You have more strategies, just brute force for 4 players. 2 players become more interesting. I don't think 2 players becomes more interesting at all. I think 2 players becomes boring AF. This is the most boring scenario I've played so far in Frosthaven by a country mile. Like, it's not even close. At least the other scenario, like we played last time, which was hard for 4-player, was actually interesting because it was hard on your stamina, but you had to like choose which room you wanted to do it. So there was a little bit of a choose your own kind of path thing going on. What enemies are you good at fighting? Which enemies are you not good at fighting? Choose which element room to go. Then you had the whole like, okay, if I could go in and maybe get the orb quickly, and then maybe I leave. And then maybe I try and kill them later, or I don't try killing them, I ignore them because I just care about the orbs. So you had like a couple of different ideas of what to do. This scenario is just enemy dies, you need to move like it's like it is the most mundane, boring exercise that they have put in a scenario yet. It is just not good. And yes, there are things that I could have played it a little bit like better with getting the enemies in, but I still don't feel like that would have made a huge difference. I would still need to be doing this, which is like I'm playing like the world's most boring Euro game, you know, where I'm literally just playing one action and it's the same action over and over and over again. And I'll probably run out of stamina and we'll lose the scenario and it'll be like, oh, that was fun. You could coordinate a little bit more at 2-player, I'll give you that. That's about the only thing that you've got going for it. Is that you can coordinate a bit better. I'm actually really close to just saying I'm just going to pass the scenario and say that we did it. Like, it's that mundane. I am not having any fun here, and I don't really feel like staying up another half an hour trying to just do this to figure out whether or not we've done it. Like, it's such a... It's just really bad. I'm sorry. Like, this is... It's a rare miss, but it is a massive miss, in my opinion. Like, sometimes there's some that are like, this one is like, whoa. Don't know what happened here, folks. Don't know how this one passed the bar. Especially considering it's a late story one as well, like that everyone's gonna do. Whatever, I'll just throw 2 cards away. This one I actually wanted to go. Use my boots, move it there. Ba, 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 ba. Do. No, I disagree, Becca. I honestly feel like this scenario, yes, I could have killed them a little bit closer, but we were talking about the difference between me killing them here and here. Like, it's very minimal. Like, the number of hexes in terms of this, there is so much management of moving the things around. It's just not, and perhaps the scenario is really forgiving in terms of the stamina as well, but it's awful, dude. Everyone has his opinion. Yeah, everyone has their opinion. We'll just have to agree to disagree on this one. But I feel like this is the worst scenario I have faced in Frosthaven so far. It is not good. And it's not even not good because it's hard. It's not good because it's just boring. Alright, we open the door, I guess. Alright, play our 6 move. Play our boots along with that. Oh, that was the boots. I used the wrong boots last time then, huh? Take a point of damage. Alright. I haven't got any of the chests either. I mean, I probably should have gone and got the chests, but I'm just over this scenario. If I need to get that one thing, I'll be also very annoyed. If it's exact, I'll be even more annoyed. Because then it makes it even less interesting. Because there isn't even some kind of level of flexibility that you give the players to be able to decide what ones to go for. You go, no, you have to get all of them. Okay. Oh, look, we have to get all of them. Well played. Jeez Louise. 11C. I guess it's fair to say that this scenario is so boring that I'm considering not even uploading it to YouTube. And just skipping this one entirely and just said, something happened and we got some level of XP, let's move on. that's the level that I'm thinking of. Not uploading this to YouTube because it's that boring. Right, 2 and 5. 4, wasn't it? Last one? Yeah. To explain to me why these rocks are here as well. I don't really understand why there are rocks. I'll put that treasure chest back over there because we never know, we might go get it. Yeah, whatever. I was going to gain an XP by doing the top of cooling. Why not? We'll just do this one actually. Oh, hang on, he's got shield. No damage. So we're gonna go and try and get that last little thing. I mean, I guess I could. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, sorry, not you. Okay, we go over there or something or other. Da-da. 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 We'll move on from here. Oh, hang on. I need to do under pressure first before I do that. So for attack number 2 for 5. Whatever. Don't attack them. Then what? Move. Actually, it might be better for me to just stay there and loot, to be honest. Nah, it's not right now. Nah. Yeah, I'll see. Whatever. Hive. Can't remember what I'm doing. Oh, someone needs to draw. Right, so we're moving 4. 1 carries me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I was going to do long range missile first. Nah, I won't bother. Actually, I will. Why not? Where was I? I was like here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we'll go Sky. Yeah. Um, I was thinking about going here. Try to get that last loot here to kind of get that one there. Or maybe get this one to there or something to move it there. Or that, then yeah, it's all the same difference really, isn't it? I feel like I'm probably going to have to move a couple of times anyway. Long rest again. Oh, I know what I should have done. I should have gone earlier, right? Yeah. What did he have, 4? Yeah, I should have gone early. Oh no, then I wouldn't have moved off that spot anyway. Yeah, no, it's fine. It would have happened the same way. It wouldn't have affected nothing. Whatever. Probably should have taken some damage from that. Okay. Boost pack. Um, yeah. Do 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 do. Pyro go super late here, I think. Hive also, actually, if I can. Oh, that's the latest I can go. Yeah, I kind of hope that this misses. It doesn't kill it. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good. Okay, perfect. Hive is literally just looting 2 and that's it. So what chest number was this? $33.3. Number 1. Chest number 1. Numero uno. What do we get? 4 loot cards! Yeah, I think we had a feeling that that kind of thing was happening. One, 2. Wow. Big draws. 3. Money, please. I do need money, but yeah, resource is also very good. I think we got enough money for one more donation, right? Yeah, we're fine. It's kind of nice to draw 4 loot cards, though. Certainly getting loot in this scenario is at least kind of fulfilling. Right, attack on the drone. Then attack on, I think so. It's 2 damage to the drone, minus the shield 2. So no damage to the drone, and then 3 damage. Oh, sorry, 1 damage to the drone, technically. Because it was an attack 4. Yeah, so it's 3. Let's see, yeah, it's 1 damage. Create ice. Well, it's in the right place. So let's use liquid stone. We're going to attack it for 3 with advantage. It's dead. I can't imagine doing this with the actual standees. I think it would be even worse. Good. Then we have the bottom of this, so we'll just do the loot one-y thing. This is going to go to here. This is going to go to here. This is going to go to here. So now the only thing we need to do is get this to here and this to here, and then that's it. I think I'm like, yeah, I like basically have to long rest again on the Geminate. I guess I should probably short rest here to just kind of move it at least a little bit. Could move it like 1 hex further forward. Is that beneficial? Kind of. Do that, or I just long rest, and I guess if I long rest, I can. What do I do with my pyro though? I guess I go over there to try and meet them halfway, and we try and do the little chain gang. Sure. Do I have my boots? I do. Yeah, so I can move it this turn. That's good. Get an XP. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the boots. And just whatever for this, for an XP. With the top of cooling. Yeah, not much. Just leave it in there, I guess. There's no point doing anything. Honestly, it's just keep an early card, and that's it. I didn't use the code Geminate at all this scenario, which is interesting. I thought I might do, but I really didn't. Sorry, Pyro is 99 this round. Hive is going to be 12. Doesn't really matter, does it? Move 4 onto it. Move it. Do I move it this way, do we think? Probably. Okay, that's Hive's part over and done with. Yeah, I might just run out of stamina here. It's completely possible. So again, Hive just kind of has a long rest. Got nothing to do. They got no cards in hand, no cards in discard. I guess they're just dead then, actually. They're straight up just dead. No cards in hand, no cards in discard, right? No, I must have had 2 cards in discard. I think I just burned them because that was it. Yeah. I mean, there's no benefit to long resting here. They can't do anything with their long rest anyway. Yeah, so Pyro, I'm literally just going to be moving on. Using the move 3. Then setting up with the move 5 on the following turn. Then long resting. Then we'll be doing a loop 1. Oh, hang on, where's he got to go? I thought he had to go down here for some reason. We'll put it here then. It's indifferent. It's actually probably... is it easier? It's probably easier, actually. Then we long rest, get rid of a card. Oh, this is now gone because we're dead. Yeah, get rid of a card. Then we have the moon 5. Go there. Because it's a jump, we could just move it. We can end our turn there. Done. Hey, Dan. You survived scenario V2. You believe the Gripe Boy said that it's his least favorite scenario in 2-player. Ditto. I think this is the worst Frosthaven scenario I've ever played. I don't think this is a good scenario. We did it, but hooray! It is not good. I'm not quite sure how this one made the cut. If there was a cut. It has to be said. Yeah. I have already moaned quite a lot already. I should probably just leave it out now. But, yeah. It's just, it's just annoying that when you're like, you get excited because I was like, yeah, I'm playing Frosthaven. I'm really excited to play Frosthaven again tonight. And then I come into a scenario like this and it's just like, it's just more of a it's disappointment for me because I want to have fun playing the game. Cool. Well, scenario complete. Ta-da! Let's listen to the Fortella updates. 90.2.
The ritual and the battle you find are one and the same. Following the Elder's instructions, you dispatch the demons with speed and then arrange the dead into a wide, sprawling glyph. As soon as it's complete,
Bit dark
the
as well,
expanse
this one.
around you begins to change. The wind,
Demonic
which had
summoning?
been blowing since you first entered, slows to a breeze and a soft ringing rises on the air. The Olgok's elders step toward the edge of the glyph. They offer up their relics, the shard of living glacier and the new snow, both rising up from their hands and drifting into the center of the circle. There, the two objects orbit each other, spinning faster and faster as the ringing rises into a piercing scream. A flash of light erupts from the center of the circle, and everything stops. And there it is, hovering, the unyielding shard. It's as pure a thing as you've ever seen. A piece of ice, smooth on top and sharp on the bottom like an inverted teardrop. And suspended inside it are a number of glowing golden shapes, glyphs, linked together into a long scrawling chain. These are the true words of Geryu, meant to banish the corruption that darkens the hearts of the warring Olgoks. The emissaries approach the shard with reverence and take hold of it together. Their bodies lighten as if years are being lifted away. Gerndel gasps. Bardu the Ice Speaker, overtaken by the Force, holds out the shard as if she's never seen ice before.
If these are the words of the Creator, what have we been listening to all this time? We must show this to our tribes. There is no other path.
The elders pray, holding the shard between them, and then, after a long while, they depart the circle and look to you.
We will return to Snow School. The shard has given us the power to end the war. We must embed it into the heart of ice to remove the darkness that engulfs our tribes and return them to the light of Geryu. But they will not welcome us.
Cool. Well, the story is really good, so the story is great. I don't feel like that scenario did the story justice though, which is kind of funny from a Gloomhaven perspective. Like what? That's like, it was literally never the case before. It's maybe the first ever time that I would say the scenario let the story down. Because it is like 100% always the other way around. We did get the challenge done though, which is kind of nice, and I think that's quite good for us. We actually get another town guard perk with that, and we gain a couple of XP extra each, don't we? I didn't do a good job of counting my XP. I was really trying to rush that scenario through at a certain point, if you didn't notice. Just really wanted to get it over. Bit confused. Did we not hit success on that? Finish. Okay. All right then, back we go. Backeth we go for an outpost phase. Do. Yeah, I've actually got all of these ticked out, so replace 2 plus 10s with 2 plus 30 cards and 1 minus 20, gain any 2 material resources card. Eh. Yeah, the rolling seemed pretty good. Rolling lumber, maybe? 41.1. I feel like I want to keep thinning though. 157.3 seems quite good. Keep thinning. You understand why they made the medium blue quest so finicky, but it's annoying. If you were to play again, you definitely go light blue or dark blue, which seems to be more straightforward. It would have been nice to have like some level of indication of that, you know? I know that it's like not a great idea, but it's thematic. Yeah, but you know, some level of indication to players that, hey, you're making a choice here, determining a certain path or not path, you know? The paths where you kill the other tribes or kill all enemies. Yeah, I suppose. It's just not a, maybe it's not as, wouldn't have been quite as interesting to us. I don't know. The make peace path doesn't involve much killing. Oh, yeah, I suppose that's fair enough. Except for that scenario where we killed a load of people, dragged their bodies, and created a demonic sigil on the ground. That one. It's kind of a little bit awkward. I just feel like that scenario was not like as I don't want to keep saying the same thing. It's just, you know, it's just like nice idea, poor execution. Right, 157.3. All right, let's hear it.
The crater, the burned out dent where a tavern used to be, has been seeing some action the past few nights. The community has taken to the limited warmth it provides, huddling around the mismatched donated furniture and sharing fermented liquids from their personal pantries. Gatherings tend to last until the small hours of the morning or until the cold settles in. While there are tarps strung to keep off falling snow, the lack of walls makes visitors easy targets for wind whipping through. You're just about to call it for the night when a vermling you haven't seen before steps up to the overturned dresser you're using as a table.
I'm Scabwit. Nice to meet you.
Yay, Scabwit!
For a spot to call our own. And it'd be best if we had some brutes like you to keep the peace.
Scabwit adjusts a crystal-topped walking stick,
Hey.
turning it absent-mindedly.
He's back,
You're the
boys.
scariest looking people here, so I'll offer a trade. Come be scary for me out in the Whitefire Woods, and I'll make it worth your time.
Hey, cool. I like that. Scabwit, he back. New scenario, Midwinter Brawl 93. Cool. Good to see him return. One of my favorite characters from Gloomhaven. Where's my TM Dick? $55 is great, so you'll end the chain on a high note. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, it's rare that you get a scenario that completely misses. And even the scenario we did before that, the one that we didn't end up beating because it's not very well tuned for 2-player, Elemental Cause. Even that one, I actually felt like, yeah, maybe it wasn't, you know, particularly well tuned for 2 players, but it was actually a really fun, challenging scenario, and I quite liked what it was doing. So it was still interesting, whereas that last scenario was very disinteresting. And that was the problem that I had with it, really. Oh, of course, I've got to put the 10 in. That's what I'm shuffling that for. So, just, yeah, swing and a miss, really. Maybe with 4 it would have been halfway decent. But I still feel like with 4, I personally probably would have been scratching my head a little bit. It would have been less boring, but probably still wouldn't have been as fun as a regular scenario. Got 3 stickers. 3 stickers! We need to do a town event. Winter Outpost. Okay. 80. Ba-bam. I made a decision on what I'm going to do with the puzzle book. Actually try it or just read out the solutions. I might spend a little bit of time off stream with it, just looking at it and seeing if anything comes to mind. But I don't know. I'll probably end up looking. I think, didn't Dwarf say he's done like some hints or something? I would be down for like some like hints. You know, like if you're trying to do a puzzle, they usually kind of give you like a, hey, maybe think about this, and you know, you can get like hint 1, then 2, then 3. I feel like that would be a nice thing to do, because it's like, okay, if I don't get it, maybe hint 1 will be enough to help me get it, and then that'll be fine. I don't know if I want to go straight to reading the solutions. He has a hint guide and a solutions guide. Cool. Okay, or maybe I'll try his hint guide first. That sounds like a good idea. Like, I don't want to, like, to be fair, like, I'm not a huge fan of it, of course, but I don't want to completely circumvent the game entirely. That feels a bit dishonest. I'd like to at least kind of give it an earnest effort, and then, yeah, like a hint would be nice. Yes, it's not something that I really, really want to engage with, but I also, from the perspective of wanting to review Frosthaven in its, you know, completeness, it would be remiss of me to just be like, skip the whole thing. Like, because some people will lap it up and really enjoy it. So I should give it a go, at least. And who knows, maybe the future puzzles I'll find a bit more engaging than the first puzzle. I don't know. Right.
You there! Come, I require assistance.
In front of you stands a portly man with a fur-collared cape. The rest of his clothing shows signs of travel. He must have just gotten in through the main gate, but you can't see any traveling gear or any other possessions.
You must be wondering, who is this fine merchant named Joseph, and where are all his things?
The man asks, pointing at himself.
I decided to move to Frosthaven and open a new venture. But my traveling assistants, you see, they all perished in the journey, and my merchandise is just sitting out there in the frozen wilderness. Can you help me carry it to Frosthaven?
Option A. Help Joseph. Option B. Steal Joseph's merchandise and sell it back to him.
Oddly specific. Okay, option A or option B, chat. Option A is to help Joseph carrying his things back to Frosthaven. Option B is to steal his merchandise and sell it back to him instead. Oh, that's funny. You guys feeling nice today, or are you feeling a little bit mean? I don't think we've been a particularly mean playthrough. I feel like we've been fairly nice. I should really have probably recorded a lot of the polls to see like what we ended up being. See, like, go split down the middle, 50-50. My choice. You're no help, no. My choice. Flip a coin for it, maybe? I'm feeling chaotic. We'll even use the official Frosthaven coin. Okay. Frosthaven is head side up. This is tails side. Heads A. Tails B. Ooh, baby, that's a weighty land. B. Steal his merchandise and sell it back to him.
Finding Joseph's merchandise was easy enough, as it was just left lying on the road. You wonder why no Ulgox had commandeered it. The merchant isn't exactly pleased that you're extorting him, but agrees to pay you for his possessions. You are unfortunately barred from ever purchasing the new dish he invented called ice cream from the stand he's planning to eventually open up.
Oh, we don't get ice cream? Bad heroes don't get ice cream, chat. We gain 10 collective gold, add 163.3 to the calendar in 5 weeks. Ooh. Alright, well, 10 collective gold is actually probably quite good. Good. The coin has spoken. Alright, we'll go up to 29 here, because we need all of the gold on the hive, really. 163.3. 163.3. Hey, gamer. Welcome to the quest. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a lovely Monday. All right. So, onwards to the building operations. Let us do building operations. So, mining camp, hunting lodge, logging camp. I think we need some level of this, don't we? Garden, we can plant herbs. I think we'll just keep what's there for now. And then we need to donate, don't we? Yeah. Okay. I guess the thing is that we need to be able to upgrade the hunting lodge here to level 3. That's the idea, I think. So we need 8 wood, 2 metal, and 5 hide. What do we have currently in the Frosthaven supply? Not a lot. I think we're pretty low. Yeah, we're just out. We've got 1 hide. I pretty much kept it on these ones. Okay, well, we've got quite a lot there. Wood is what we're missing here, though. 3, 1. Yeah, we're missing wood. We've got the metal, and I think we've got the hide too, right? Yeah, it's just the wood. So we buy 3 wood. Does that even get us there? And 6, 7. Doesn't get us there. Might not be upgrading for the first time in a while. Can we upgrade this? Because that would be neat. Hey, we should upgrade the garden. It's very cheap to upgrade. Let's upgrade the garden. So how much do we need? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we need 17? That can't be right. No, 2, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's 16. I added extra one there for some strange reason. It's 16. Oh, we need to donate the gold, right? How much is that? That's 5. 5. So that's 24, and then 16. 8. You can have 2 wood, 2 metal, 1 hide. You can have wood. Hide. Good. So then we'll just get the we'll do should we brew something? I feel like a potion is a brewing. Either a potion or an item. I feel like a potion maybe. Oops. I'm surprised that stayed on screen. How are we doing with herbs? So we could do an axe nut, corpse cap, rock root. Do we have that? Axe nut, corpse cap, rock root. Oh, cool. Yeah, we haven't done this one before. Let us reveal. Precision potion. Cool. $110. Precision potion. When you reveal a miss attack modifier card from your attack modifier deck, treat it as a +2 instead. Hey, that's kind of neat. A little kind of miss protection. In general, that's pretty sweet. Not for a character who constantly gets advantage, but I think I could probably put that on my... I could probably put that on Hive and actually have some good use out of it over the Retaliate potion. I like that. I like that a lot. Like, generally speaking, it's not very proactive, and items that are more like passive rather than active, I generally dislike a bit more. Because, of course, if you're a character who has a lot of advantage, you can kind of avoid having this issue, so you're always going to hopefully draw pretty well. But certainly, if you're a character who doesn't have advantage and has some like fairly average deck at times, which the Hive definitely falls into that category, then this could be a lifesaver at a certain point when you need to kill something. Yeah, it's a really nice item. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm going to keep this. I think it's going to go and replace the fire shield potion that we had, which I still think is really neat, but I just feel like this is going to be a bit of a better fit for my play style on this character. Cool. We should distill that down. See if I can actually make one more potion or something. So if I distill it down into flame fruit. Then it'll be flame fruit, corpse cap, axe nut. No, that's not, that isn't one. What if I was to turn it into arrow? Whatever this is. Then it would be arrow, rock root, quartz cap. No, arrow, quartz cap, axe nut. Ah, that's a new one. Yeah. That would work. Then that's all of our, that's pretty much all of our things gone though. Well, it is. We're now down to 0 herbs again. But I think like that's kind of cool. Ooh, what's behind this door? Major power. Whoa. Uh-oh. Did it happen? Ooh. 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 It exists. Oh baby. Do I bring in some crazy cards with the pyro now? Cool, both good pulls. Yeah, both of them really good. Man, I'm actually tempted to just put it on Hive. What was that other little item that we had? We have that weird little poison thing. We have a plague flask, which I don't think is bad. But, you know, major power potion for... I can... Because it's, look, it's on all of your attacks. So if I do long range missile top with target 2, that's +2 to both of those attacks. Then I could even combo it with the bottom attack that I have on the turret, the sniper turret, to then do 2 more target 2s. That's crazy, dude. That's insanely good. I could attack 4 things for 3, 4. I could do 2 things for 5, 2 things for 3. Okay, that's like Plague Flask is hitting the bye. See ya. Major power potion. Welcome to the party. I mean, I won't actually distill it. I guess I'll keep it for now, just in case if I level up and, you know, I want to get another one, but... Hell yeah, major power potion. Immediately into the rotation. Ooh, baby. What amazing rips there off the alchemy table. That is gonna, like, super empower us in the next scenario. We're gonna feel insane. Whew. That's what we're talking about, chat. A little bit of spice. A bit of spice to end the stream. Okay. I think, like, that's all I wanted to do, really. Except for upgrade the garden. Which is 3, 3, 3. I'm keeping everything on my hive because it's just easier that way. Pyro doesn't really need any items right now. Cool. So what do we get? We get +1 prosperity, +1 plot. Oh no, hang on. No, I should look at the new card. Sorry, that's the old card. I've made that mistake so many times. Right, let's find the level 3. I presume it will also just give us a plot, but you never know. Could be different. Whoa, where did I put the building card deck? Ah. For garden level 3, are we? Garden level 3. Oh, just +1 prosperity? Boo. Boo. Is that it? Presumably it goes in the same rotation. I would assume it would go in the same rotation, right? Otherwise it's kind of a bit weird. Oh no, actually it doesn't need to be rotated. Gain 1 collected herb from each plotted plant, then plant herbs. Each planted plot. Oh, cool. So yeah, you don't have to worry about the rotation thing anymore. You just get them. That's cool. But you only get to choose 1. That's very cool. I didn't just accidentally mix in my deck with the unused cards, did I? No. No. Whew. Thought I did for a second there. Garden! Cool. Love it. Right, sticky sticky. You know what time it is. I should probably plant some different herbs, to be honest. But I feel like I've been making some good progress, like just getting the alchemy thing unlocked pretty quick, so it's all good. Okay. Ruins of the Equinox. Looks like it might be somewhere in the Copperneck Mountains or something or other. Yep, I was right. Oh, a little bit wrong there. There's like a little line there that kind of spooks you. There is definitely a continuation of the line. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Nicely done. Change of heart. I actually don't know how long I've got on the campaign. I feel like I'm coming to like a relatively good kind of close. Hang on, what the frick? How is that like that? But that was the top. What? This sticker is wrong, I think. It's been cut the wrong way. It needs to be cut the other way. They've cut the bottom when they should have cut the top. Is that fairly common? It's been cut. It's definitely been cut the wrong way, the sticker. Because the fold is wrong. Like, and oh, unless it's supposed, oh, it goes over the old sticker. Oh, but then the 55 doesn't line up. That's kind of weird though. Okay, I like that, but it's weird. It doesn't make sense comparatively. Like, I'm overlaying it over an old sticker. And the old, but the 55 does not line up. So I guess they printed the 55 in the wrong place, maybe. Oh. Where am I on the lurker chain? I think I followed it all the way to its conclusion. You notice the scenario occurs in the exact same room as the old scenario. Right, that makes sense. Cool. $93, that's got to be in Frosthaven. Looks like it's on the outskirts as well. Oh, what? Maybe not. Oh, no, it's not. Huh. It really looked like it was for a second. Cool. All right, well, I think that's everything, right? All 3 stickers? Good. Okay, well then. That will bring today's session to an end. A disappointing scenario. I really just did not like that scenario at all, one bit. It is what it is. It is a very rare blip, I would say, in terms of, you know, the quality of Frosthaven so far. So you can see what they were trying to do. Maybe if there was four player, it would have been a bit better, but I still feel like a 4-player, I would have been sat there kind of a bit bemused by the whole thing. It did end up coming down to the last turn with my stamina in the end as well, which I guess shows that it's a pretty decently paced scenario in that sense. But it just, I think that the mechanic was just boring, really. A bit too vanilla, a bit too boring. But onwards and upwards, we now will go on next session to do the final mission in this particular quest chain.
I think still, yeah.
Oh,
Scout
the
wit.
that's the blessing from Scout. That's the blessing
So,
from.
Isaac, at this point, can we get your approval to add an additional attack modifier deck for allies in the digital version?